pull up. I like your half cup. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Yeah?
Yep.
You can say yeah, that's good. All right. Cool. Cool. Okay.
Sticks and Hacks, welcome to Pacific Dunes, my favorite of the tracks out of Bandon and currently the second-ranked public golf course on Golf Digest's Top 100.
Yeah, we've got rain gear. Supposed to rain, brother.
Yeah, this afternoon.
And that is the sound of TK, our caddy, taking the rain gear out of our golf bags. Gotta love TK. The sun is shining, the colors are popping, and Packed Dunes welcomes us with a short par 4 first up a little bit of a tight channel. It's a cool October day, and I'm taking driver up the left-hand side, which should leave just a short wedge in. And that is not incredibly well struck. It will trickle through the fairway into a little mound of rough and lose some strokes relative to a PGA Tour Pro. That's a new feature of the channel, dropping strokes gained information for each shot to give an idea of the quality. It doesn't take perfect golf to play to a scratch. We caught Packed Dunes shortly after sunrise, and the contrast of the fairways and the gorse made it my favorite of all the tracks at Bandon Dunes. The fact that we played it with no wind didn't hurt. It was a perfect day.
I think that it's 58 yards. Oh, to fly it? Yeah, I think hit this 56 would be perfect.
I got a little unlucky on the tee shot for my ball to perch up on this mound of rough rather than run through into the fairway. Needless to say, we don't have grass like this in Texas. And I didn't get through it.
Yeah, that grass kind of grabbed you, huh?
I need to choke up more.
Easy up and in.
I'll pace off the shot walking back to my ball so that I can get a good look and feel for the green on my way.
Does anyone pick ball marks anymore, or is that just a lost art?
I've got just 21 yards from off the front of the green, but with the dew on the grass, I like to hit a bump and run with my 56. This is one of my favorite types of shots.
Good shot, bud.
That shot gets me on the green and gives me a pretty good chance to save par on the opening hole.
Oh, I pushed it. Ah!
Oh, man, I thought you were in.
Oh, no, you're fine. Hey, Miller. So, what are you going to take right there when you stop the ball from rolling?
Honestly, my score doesn't matter. How about that answer?
Oh, I like that answer, bud. You're here to have fun.
I'm here to have fun too, but sometimes fun includes grinding over 4-footers for par.
I gave him a 5.
Good putt.
Shouldn't have a fun.
Hey.
Now, I gave him a Phil Mickelson, just so you know.
That's right.
The walks on all the Bandon courses are pretty easy. We walked 36 holes for 3 straight days without getting too beat up and loved every minute of the scenery and the company.
Dude, that really does look like that looks like the Oregon Trail right there. The wagons.
Get it? Because we're in Oregon? The second hole is another short and welcoming par 4. Driving is a strength of mine and I feel more comfortable with driver over 3-wood, so I'm aiming at the green and ripping away.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a big rip right down the middle, 325 yards to just short of the green. Safe to say I'm warmed up and ready to go.
That's just shy of the green right there, D.
That's a big ball.
That's a big ball.
This leaves me just about 35 yards to the hole, just a little 56 degree. A straightforward shot where the only challenge is playing the slopes of the green to get it close. And that was executed to perfection. A gimme 3 on the second hole takes me to 1 under for the round. Woohoo!
Stretch. Good roll. See, good roll. It's a good par.
Packed Dunes is amazing. Bandon is famous for reveals, and they get you even when walking between holes, as you go through a corridor of gorse that opens up to the ocean and the beautiful third hole.
215 to the front edge of the center bunker, 248 cover from right here. So you have no problem kind of covering the second or the first one, but you will be in the second, so pick a side. And I would say the dead tree out there, D, because it gives you an angle to attack the flag on your second.
Oh, so you like the lefty?
I do.
Alright, you heard the man. I think I'm aiming at the dead tree. But my feet look lined up further to the right, which means I hit this right between the bunkers and end up in a good spot, but get a little lucky riding the ground.
Good ball, D. Good.
Perfect.
Now the second shot is a little tricky having not played the course. The green looks tucked back towards the ocean, left looks dead. I have a tendency to miss my long irons to the left and have a draw lie, so I'm lining up well to the right. What I don't know is how much that gorse kicks in on that side. I should have taken another look at the Par Golf app. And I accomplished the mission to keep the ball to the right, too far to the right, because that's in the gorse, even if only by 6 inches.
Oh, Dallas.
So I take my drop, and now at this point I'm taking my medicine. I can't see the green where the flag is, and the flag runs away from me. This is where a smart player just tries to get it on the green. Don't turn a 6 into a 7.
I'll take it. I'll take it. So I had to take a drop. My ball was just barely under this gorse. Look at that gorse. That stuff is nasty. So, taking my medicine, but we're on the dance floor with a putt for par.
So a good 30 plus feet for par. Really just trying to get the speed right for a tap-in bogey. And if it goes in, that's a bonus. It doesn't. That's a bogey, and I'm back to even for the round.
Yeah, it's good par.
Not a whole lot in this tree.
Can I have that for 8?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now we walk around the backside of 3 onto 4, and again are hit with just amazing ocean views right on the cliffs of the coast of Oregon. Phenomenal. The 4th hole should be a tougher hole for me. I don't particularly like holes with massive trouble on the right, but there is enough room to bail out left. And I take a confident swing and blast one down the middle. The driver is working.
That is way down there, D. What a good ball, bud.
I mean, all these holes look straightforward.
Hawaii is to the south and Japan is about that direction.
Man. What a beautiful morning for golf. How firm are these greens? That's your plan for it to release, yeah?
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
I mean, I'd still hit this 68 yards.
That leaves me a short chip in. Pin is in the middle. I'm expecting a little release, and despite not getting all of the ball, I do get the release to leave the ball in a great spot.
So, not bad.
Oh, wait, really?
A little bit. I ain't mad at that.
Better.
But then again, that's why I'm a 1 and not a +4.
I like that left edge, partner. Split it. Yes, sir.
8 feet for the second birdie to get that bogey right back, and it's not a difficult putt.
Just outside. Yeah, one ball outside, bud. A little bit up.
Unfortunately, I don't listen to TK. I tried to take the break out of it, and that wasn't close.
That thing did move.
The 5th hole is a mid-length par 3, just an 8-iron. You can't really see the full shape of the green, but anything on the left-hand side should feed back to the right. Unless you aim left and pull it. Which I did.
No, I just tugged it. You didn't stay down the line long enough, partner. Came over.
left there.
Now I have this awkward short game shot, and this is where you can get creative at Bandon. TK convinces me to putt it, which I would have never done on my own, as I have to aim perpendicular to the hole. but the putt rides the ridge and ends up below the hole with a putt for par from about 15 feet. Low side miss. An unfortunate bogey to move right back to +1.
Turn on this one, bud. Okay. You see that low cup out here? This dark green spot? Yeah. Coming just on the inside of that.
Just for giggles, I go back to the original shot and hit it the way I would have played it without a caddy. I hit what I think is a perfect shot to see Matt start chasing after it. It ends up on the green with a similar 14 feet, but it was 12 inches from rolling well off the green. The caddies know what they're doing. The 6th hole is another short par 4, but with the second half being well up the hill and the green being well guarded with bunkers, TK hands me a driving iron and tells me to aim up the right hand side.
That's money.
I mean, it's in the sand. A good shot. You gotta pitch it out.
We're gonna have about 78 yards of that flag. You think? Sorry.
I don't know how he does it, but TK nails it. Just over 78 yards to a flag that is in the back. It's an awkward lie on an upslope.
Heads up.
The ball will go higher and not as far, as the lie will add loft.
Go maybe?
Yeah, a little bit.
Right at it.
It's gonna bounce up there though pretty good, D.
I ain't mad at it.
We don't hate it. And with that launch angle, it ran up there pretty good.
Yeah. And that lie was just a little sketch.
Well, because it was sitting on someone's old divot. It was a little bit up the whole way, huh, D?
My shot leaves me 31 feet for birdie up the hill. And I leave another one short, but it's an easy par. It's easy to get frustrated and force the issue in rounds like this, but golf is a game of patience. There's nothing wrong with stacking up pars. Just keep hitting good shots. The 7th hole is a longer par 4 and a little narrower. From the tees we are playing, I just need a 2-iron. The fairway's firm and the ball is going to roll.
Another toey one.
And that poorly hit 2-iron goes 243 yards.
Toe jammed her right down the middle. We have that 120 we were talking
That's
about.
what you wanted. You called for a toe hook topspin, right?
120, that's all you have left?
Yeah.
It ends up leaving me exactly the 120 yards that TK predicted. He's good.
Yeah.
Just a gap wedged back to the hole. That's well struck and I get it to 12 feet. Another good birdie look.
It is the most weird thing, brother. I don't know how to describe it to you, but I can watch this one.
Yep.
I like the right half of it for start line. Very dainty, partner. Very dainty.
And that is the worst putt I've hit all day. So it's just another easy par. Patience. I'll just keep preaching patience.
You did neat. Well, we're going the other way.
Being a fun round with buddies, I lined the putt up again and learned that we probably just overread it anyway. All of the break was in the first half of the putt. The 8th hole is a mid-length par 4 that doglegs a little to the left. Par golf shows the fairways plenty wide in its driver all day.
Yep.
Groove low?
Just a groove low.
Yeah. Groove low.
Good miss.
It's true.
Leaves me just a little 56-degree wedge. This green is not very deep. I need to get the distance right.
It's a little skinny. Get down.
All right.
Come on.
That'll come down. Oh no, it didn't. Yeah, we'll cut it.
Caught that little skinny.
Are those Scotty dogs? What is that on your shirt? Oh, goats.
Goat. Tiger Woods is the goat.
Did I say something?
Tiger is the goat.
But how do you? All right, dude. He's the goat in his era. Man, I just think if you did well, if you dive right here, yes, but it's gonna be falling so hard. You have to start that probably
How you still have this on
here.
I just put it on.
See what I mean?
Oh.
I think you're better off trying to hold some speed between his ball mark and the. Those things are right on line. They truly are right
line. See it.
And again, an awkward putt from off the green. Had the sprinkler heads not been there, I could put it exactly where I want. Instead, I have to go a little lower with more speed.
You're all right though. They were in our line. That is it.
I end up with 5 feet in what looks like a pretty straight putt. And it just breaks off. Not all good strokes get good results. Shake it off, that takes me to +2 on the front 9 with 1 to play.
I think one of the most.
The 9th hole is a cool par 4 that actually has 2 greens. Today we are playing the lower green. You have this big razorback that runs across the hole, making for an intimidating tee shot as you can't see the landing area. But par golf shows the fairway's a mile wide, so just rip it. And that is hammered right at the green. Some more one-liners from TK coming up.
Oh yeah, great ball.
Last year, I figured out a couple things about myself that I never knew. But number one, my tongue is a diving board for my thoughts.
You can see Carlos and the others went up the right-hand side towards the alternate green. I've blasted a drive and have just 53 yards left off this mound as I just ran through the fairway. Just get the landing spot right and I'll have another birdie look.
Miller, that's called a power move right there by Miller.
That is a solid chip that just slides by the hole, leaving 8 feet for my comeback birdie.
Oh. Now you.
It's not very much.
We've got another birdie here, folks. Is he gonna slap this one again and leave it short? He's gonna get into the hole. We're gonna find out. Oh, he got it to the hole.
The greens still aren't in the best of shape this time in October, and this one might have caught some aeration holes, but it was never high enough. Another tap-in par to close the front 9 at 2 over. A quick glance at the par golf scorecard shows I hit 6 fairways and 5 greens. I gained 1.5 strokes driving on a scratch while losing 1.9 strokes with irons, primarily because of the penalty on number 3, and another 1.3 strokes with the flat stick, as I really haven't made anything outside of 5 feet. Yet. There are some pretty epic putts on the back 9, so like and subscribe, make sure you don't miss it, here on The Good Miss. If you've been watching my videos, then by now you probably know that I use the Par Golf app to track my golf on the golf course. But what you probably don't know is not only am I an avid user, but I'm also the developer of the app. With automatic swing detection, it integrates seamlessly with my on-course routine, runs in the background to where I don't even know that it's there. With a quick glance, I can get a yardage from my watch or my phone, I can get caddy adjusted distances for elevation and for wind, or exact distances to that pesky bunker. The app is best when paired with an Apple Watch, but will also work with just your phone, either in your pocket or in your golf bag. The best part is the easy to digest analytics that become available after your round that will help you focus your practice and improve faster. I'm playing the best golf of my life while practicing less with a Par Golf handicap to prove it. Download it today on the Apple App Store.